Okay, good evening. It is day 104, I believe. I think I said it was 104 yesterday, but it was 103. Um, so today was literally just all studying for my computer system principles exam. Um, Literally had time for nothing else and then took the exam. Technically my exam is ending right now, but I finished early, which I'm kind of stupid for just leaving as early as I did because when I was reflecting on the way back, I realized I messed up. So I don't know why I didn't go through. I went through. Okay, so the exam was structured. There was one section that was multiple choice, which was just easy. I think I might have got one wrong because I didn't know some like it was like if you push some register onto the stack, like some other register, or it was like if you push some value onto some x86 register, then some other register has some value. I had no idea what that one was, but the rest of it was like von Neumann architecture. What's the pipeline look like? Stuff about what does the IR point to? Pretty easy questions, and then there was like a they gave us a bunch of memory addresses with values in it, and then a bunch of registers that had also data in them, and then a C function, and then they had like comments for like checkpoints, and you had to update what the values and registers looked like at each checkpoint. The first time I did not understand it like at all because it was like if you had like a checkpoint, I don't know, there was one that was like a checkpoint, right? And to it called to something, and then um, it came back. Also, it pushed a register onto the stack like you usually do to use it, and then it went to a different function. Then when it came back, it popped that register off the stack. And so I assumed it was like it is pretty stupid. I was doing it as like everything below the checkpoint is like the state of that checkpoint, but it's just like when you get to that checkpoint, what are the values at, right? Um, and so like I asked one of the TAs, and they were like, "Oh, just do it like you're using it's a GDD or whatever what you use for debugging." Um, and it was like so if you like set a breakpoint, right? What would the values be at that breakpoint? So I think I got that one pretty much all correct. Maybe there was like a few values that I messed up. And then there was a bunch of binary hexadecimal conversions. I definitely got a few things wrong there. There was one that like went to like it was like hexadecimal to base five. And then there was one that was like a negative decimal to base two to like base 10. And I know it's like something where you have to flip the bits and then like add one bunch of stuff, but I think I messed that up, that conversion. And then there was the last part was a function that we had to make that was given an input of an array of characters and a integer. The array of characters is bits, just ones and zeros, and we had to take that list and turn it into a linked list up until the integer that they also pass, which is like the number of things that you should put into a linked list. My logic was completely fine on this. It was like create a new node, make the value of the node the first element in the link in the character. Actually, they wanted it to be the last. Um, we were reading right to left, so it was the last element in the array. I took that, made it the value of the node, and then the node also has a pointer to the next. Um, but I messed up really bad, and this was the thing that I was like, I need should have stayed, and I would have caught this. Was I made I don't know why I made a for loop, which every time I've done linked lists, it's always some recursive thing. So I don't know why I did a for loop and didn't like it didn't erase some kind of flag. Um, so I already know. I just rewrote the same thing over and over again. It's I created the head, and then in the loop, I allocated memory for the dot next, and the dot next value was the next bit in the thing. And so then when I loop back through, it's literally just resetting the exact same dot next to the next value. So the whole thing, it'll never be that linked list will never be longer than two. So I hope they go kind of easy on me and at least give me like half credit on that, because it should have been recursive, in which I kept passing the dot next as the head. So unfortunate with that. And that was like the I think heaviest weighted question. So not ideal. Because if I would have gotten that one right, it was probably an A on that exam, and now it's probably like a B. So what you gonna do? I guess stay longer next time. Okay. So interviews in the morning. Nerves. Nerves are at bay for the moment, but I know I can't even imagine what my sleep's gonna look like tonight if I get any. Because I know this is my only shot at an internship this summer. It's like not even close. I've still applied these last few weeks. Radio silence. Not a lot. It was maybe like 30 internships in the last few weeks, but radio silence. All the RUs I applied to, radio silence. So I don't know. Um, so yeah, this is like my only shot. So and I haven't had any time really to prep this week because it was just computer architecture up until Wednesday, and then all of Wednesday and Thursday was working on um 230 computer system principles. Um, so now tonight and then in the morning is my prep, and so I need to prep what questions I'm going to ask all four people. I need to know my resume in an like you know very in depth every single project and how I can talk to them about it. Um, you know, go over basic CS fundamental stuff. I guess they ask questions about that. Um, yeah, understand, have star method, responses to general questions of like, oh, have you ever encountered a prior in this situation, blah, 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 all that stuff. And what is situation, task, action, result, or whatever. Here's the situation. This is what we had to do. This is what we did. And this is what happened. So yeah. So the thing I wanted to do tonight was look back into S3. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to implement it into my thing. Um, but maybe just like trying to understand the connections of how to set up S3. Um, yeah. So I want to pause for a second, and get something to drink, and then pull up kind of what I want to look at. I guess kind of filter through. Yeah, whatever. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Um, we're just gonna watch videos and look at documentation, see if actually I wanted to see if I have I want a terminal. Desktop coding, dir CD. Okay, I do have code visualizer up. Here I'll do this and a new window. And so this, what NeoVim into here. Code visualizer. CD server. Oh, CD into the server. And CD into the client. Okay.
files to AWS folder which contains which and then
TypeScript.
we have our server file.
I don't want to watch this dead ass video. One second, let me find some good content. Okay, I found some that look decent.
Before we can actually
So this was the one we were looking at last
send
time.
it to S3, we need to set up an S3 bucket. So right now I'm going to go to AWS.
I also have to do this aws.com sign in. Oh, I forget. I think my phone's behind me. Yep. Oh, yeah, let's save it. Save it. S3 and Concentrix bucket.
In this video, .com and log in this new, you can see else. I'm going to put these details into my server-side.env file.
Okay.
So I have a .env file already set up with my database URL in it, and I'm going to put in my bucket name, which is Instasam demo thing, and my bucket region, which is the demo thing, and my bucket.
I'm gonna do this real quick because I think I already have stuff in my ENV. So it's like, okay.
And you get like a terabyte for like $300. It's fairly cheap. That's pretty much what S3 is. It's just a big hard drive. It's really, really cheap, and it's just for storage. We can't run any code on it. We just store files on S3. So we're going to have our web app that's going to be deployed to the web. Every time it needs to store a file, it stores it in S3, and it will just scale up to as many files as we need, and it's a really cheap way of storing files. It's also necessary to use something like S3 if we want.
Does here? Let me go to a new. Okay, it can just be any object. So file, structured, plain, binary. Okay.
We want to horizontally scale our web apps. And I have more videos on AWS and infrastructure and cloud computing, so I'll leave links to the relevant ones in the description if you want to check out more on AWS and cloud computing. But for now, we're just going to do the bare minimum. We have created this bucket. By default, buckets are completely private. Nothing can access this bucket. Nothing can put files into the bucket. Nothing can get files out of the bucket, except for me, because I'm logged into my account. I just created this bucket. I can go and I can put objects into this bucket, put files in here, I can get them back, but nothing else can. So what we need is for the Express server to be able to log into the AWS account and actually put files in and get them out for us. And to do this, we head over to the IAM console. So I'm going to open up IAM in a new tab.
Oh shit. I hope all this is like updated info.
And there's two things we're going to need to make.
It's 2 years ago, right? Yeah.
One is a user. We're going to create a user that will represent the web app, that will allow the web app to access the AWS account and access the S3 bucket. The other thing we need to make is a policy. And a policy is the thing that defines the rules for what can be accessed by a user. So I want my Express application to only be able to access that S3 bucket and only access it in very specific ways. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up a policy to define exactly how it can access the.
Bro, I actually just got like a wave of like nerves thinking about tomorrow. Like if they ask me about S3. Oh my God. Because I'm just going to be learning like one path. I mean, that's just what I'm going to say, but.
The S3 bucket. So I'll click on policies here
Boy.
and then create a
Policies? Oh my God.
new policy up in the top right there. And the service we're creating the policy for is an S3 bucket. And then we get to define the actions that the web app will be able to perform on the bucket. And we really only need a few actions here. The first one is a read action. We want the web app to be allowed to get any file from within the S3 bucket. So get object, we need to check. Then for writing, we want to check two of these. The first one is going to be put object. This allows the web.
Why don't I just do all of them? Oh, yeah, because then stuff like that happens. Okay, so on list, just list bucket. On read, fuck, what did he put?
Web app of these. Object, we need to check.
Get object.
Then for writing, we want to check two of these. The first one is going to be put object. This allows the web app to actually put a new file into the S3 bucket. And the other one is delete object, because we want it to be able to delete a file from there. And these are the only three things that we're going to allow our web app to actually do with the S3 bucket. Then in this next section, in the resources section, we're going to specify which bucket it's allowed to perform these actions on. So here I'm going to click add ARN, and we're going to specify which bucket it's allowed to perform these actions on. So here I'm going to click add ARN, and we're going to add the ARN for the bucket that we just made. And all we need to do here is put in the bucket name. So that's the name of the bucket that we just
Oh.
made. And then I want this web app to be able to put, get, and delete any object within that bucket. So I'm just going to check any here and then click add. And we can see the ARN got added.
Wait, what did he do for it?
So I'm just going to check any.
Any.
Here and then click add, and we can see the ARN got added in here, and that's all we need. So S3 bucket, we're going to allow get object, delete object, put object only on that bucket, any object within that bucket that we just made. So then we can click this next button here to go to tags. I don't actually care about adding any tags, so I'm going to click next review, and then here we have to give it a name. So this is specifically a policy to access the S3 bucket for the web app. So since my web app is called InstaSam, I'm going to call this InstaSam S3 bucket access, maybe. Something descriptive for what is going on here. Create the policy. And now that's done, it's just added into my list of policies. So the next thing I need to do is create a new user that is going to represent the web app to access the S3 bucket. So I'll navigate over to users here and then create a new user by clicking add user. And a user can be a real user, like someone that is a person that uses a username and password to log into my AWS account, or a user can be a application that accesses things within my AWS account using programmatic access keys. So for this Express application, it's definitely not a real user, it's an application. So I'm going to check the access keys programmatic access checkbox here. I'm going to give this user name, the name maybe InstaSam web application. That seems good enough. So this is going to be an application accessing things on my AWS account. So right now, when I create this user, it won't be able to do anything until I attach an existing policy to say what it can do.
Wait, specify user identity and center.
So I could attach something like administrator access, and my web app would be able to do absolutely anything in my AWS account. That'd be a really bad idea. Instead, I'm going to search for that InstaSam S3 bucket access policy. So this user will only be able to do those things that we defined in that policy earlier. Click next, add tags. I don't care about tags.
Wait, what's happening here? Connect your existing identity provider and oh yeah, the fuck.
I'm going to review. So I could attach something like administrator access, and my web app would be able to do absolutely anything in my AWS account. That'd be a really bad idea. Instead, I'm going to search for that InstaSam S3 bucket access policy. So this user will only be able to do those things that we defined in that policy earlier. Click next, add tags. I don't care about tags.
How did he add it?
Things that we defined in that policy earlier.
Just click it. Okay.
Click next, add tags. I don't care about tags. I'm going to review this and then create the user. So this will create that user. It will be able to access the bucket. And right now on this page, we need to access two things. First is this access key. So I'm going to copy this and head back into my environment file. And
Again, I'm going to pause so I can do this.
show anyone this.
Yeah, so like I don't have this stuff.
Can be used. So we're going to be looking for the S3 client, and you can see a bunch of documentation. And I'll link to this in the video description. But basically, we're going to be using this library to interact with the S3 bucket. So I'm going to copy this first
I don't get why this has to actually.
line of code here,
Whatever.
head back over to my server, and I'm going to be importing the S3 client. I don't care about this second part here, but the
I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna go to. Yeah, let's take. Wow. I mean, for right now, I just want to do like. Do I have Boto or whatever the fuck that is? Oh, I don't have Postman because I'm on Debian. Is there a Postman Debian? God damn it. God damn it. Oh no. I hope this video doesn't like corrupt like it did last time. No, bro. Quickly, go to software. I need to uninstall something. Um, Chess. Uninstall it. Don't need it. Uh, Image viewer. Who needs it? Not me. Um, Logs. Don't care about you. Rhythm box. I have Spotify. Music. Have Spotify. Ooh, wait, that's actually kind of cool. I might use that. Sound recorder. Have OBS. System settings. Yeah, yeah. Tweaks, I guess. Maps. Why would I ever need maps hard coded in? Document viewer. Maybe I'll keep that. I do not need fonts, bro. Okay. How are we looking? Oh. Yeah, latex takes up so much. How are we looking now? Not the best. Okay. So I'm gonna have to wrap up here soon, eh? Eh? Not this. Wanted this. Something like that. Okay. Nope. I wonder if I can. No, go here. Can I? Damn it. Postman.desktop. Okay, whatever, man. I'll figure it out another day. So what? I have to do Boto 3 or sudo apt install Boto 3. Unable to locate Boto 3. Okay. Pip install. Pip install break system packages. I'm already satisfied. Photo 3. Wait, Boto. Whatever, man. Wait, what about pip 3? Alright. Whatever. Let's see if I run into issues doing stuff. Run the following command in your terminal to set up. AWS not found. Still recording? You know, installing stuff while I'm recording is fucking horrible because I'm just literally just eating memory. Cool. Ah, we're good. So now, AWS Access ID. Um, Give me one moment. Okay, I set up, I configured everything. Um, haven't done that yet. Assuming I want to do it like here, right? NPM. NPM works on fucking Debian? Okay. Let's paste this and then. Okay, so const ADF requires a SDK. Configure region is 2. Create a new instance. Yeah, give me that, bitch. Okay. Wait, I need to pause and get my names. Okay. So we create a new instance of an S3 bucket. Um, bucket name, object key. Yeah, let's say it's this. The content's that. So we have a async function where we try parameters, which is our bucket, our key, our body, which is our content, and plain text. The result is an await of an S3 upload. Given these parameters, returning a promise. If that succeeds, it returns this. Okay. So can I literally just run S3 Python? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is Python. What the fuck? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. What am I doing? This isn't Python. This is. Wait. Yeah, this is JavaScript. Node. Node's the one that I want. Yeah. Yeah. NISKA is in maintenance mode. Invalid access key ID. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, yes, I know I tried to do Python on a JS file. Okay. Let me check my thing. Might be good now. Upload successful. Okay. So if I go to not IM, where is this? So if I go here and I go to buckets and concentrics, and there we go. Okay, I'm gonna end it here because um hey, we got oh my god, this is disgusting. Object overview, owner, region, size, key. I mean, I guess this is actually kind of cool, right? It's just like giving me all the data, and then it's like I just kind of that's actually kind of cool. Oh, you can download and open. Uh, that's that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. I'm gonna end it here. So I mean we got an S3 bucket working, so I can talk about it tomorrow. Um, I mean it was as simple as installing the SDK, configuring the access security key, making parameters for the body that you're sending, what type of content it is, and then you're just sending it to the um you create an instance of S3 and then you give all your information to get into S3 and then it puts it into that bucket. Um so that's dope. So I mean I still have to get stuff from the bucket. So tonight what I'll probably do is make it so that it uploads, fetches, and displays the GIF. And that's as far as I'm going to go. And for micro service architecture, we'll see what I come up with to tell the people tomorrow. So yeah, so um, yeah, so in interview at 11 a.m. tomorrow, and I'll report back after that. Um, hopefully, hopefully it goes good. We'll see. Okay, I am going to go and then work on this and then prep for the interview and then go to bed, and then get up and prep for the interview more, and then do the interview, and then spring break. So okay, bye.